Ever send a text and find yourself just anxiously waiting for that ping telling you you've got a response?
Oh, yeah.
Is it an incoming message or an upcoming message?
Hmm.
I think we can all agree that little notification makes your heart skip a beat either way. But today we're diving into the surprisingly tricky difference between two words that a lot of people think are interchangeable.
Right.
Incoming versus upcoming.
Yeah, and we've got some research here that's going to help us pick this apart a little bit because I think you're right. A lot of people, myself included, have probably used these interchangeably without even thinking twice about it.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason is that they seem so similar on the surface, Like they both kind of hint at something that's like on the horizon.
Yeah.
But then when you really dig in, there are these subtle distinctions.
There are,
Yeah.
and they can make a big difference. To really nail it down, the best way I've heard it explained is to think about an incoming flight.
Okay.
That plane is practically on the tarmac, right? It's not just scheduled to land eventually.
Yeah.
Incoming means it's practically here, imminent.
Like imminent in the sense of those notifications, right? Like
Yeah.
an incoming call,
Yeah.
incoming message. It's all about that immediacy.
Exactly. It's real time. It's happening now. And then on the flip side, you have upcoming, which has a totally different vibe.
Upcoming to me is like that to-do list, right?
Ah.
Those things that are looming but not quite here yet.
Exactly. The upcoming concert you're so stoked for, the upcoming holidays, all those things that are maybe a little further out on your calendar.
And this is where I think people trip up, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll see stuff like, get ready for the incoming festival next month.
Yeah, the incoming festival. It just doesn't sit right.
No, the festival isn't like marching towards us. It's happening on a set date.
Right. It exists in the future. It's not on its way in the same way that a plane is.
Okay, so I have to ask, because I've definitely made this mistake myself. Does this mean you can never use incoming to describe an event?
Never say never, but
Mm-hmm.
it's tricky because an event doesn't really arrive in the same way, like we were saying. It exists at a fixed point in time.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, it's always going to feel a bit off.
And our research pointed out that it's not just about, physical things.
Right.
It's also about the digital world, right? So, your inbox after you send out, a mass email. Or even better, all those notifications you get after posting an amazing selfie.
Ah, see, that's the good stuff. Way more relatable than planes.
Way more relatable, right?
Yeah.
So to sum it all up, for our listeners out there who are trying to keep these two words straight in their heads, what's the biggest takeaway?
Incoming is immediate. Think of it like that text message that's buzzing in your pocket any second.
Okay.
Upcoming is all about the future. It's planned, it's scheduled, it's that exam you should probably be studying for.
Or maybe not. But the point is, words matter. Even if incoming and upcoming seem kind of sort of interchangeable, those subtle differences can really change how clearly you're communicating.
And it makes you wonder, what other word pairs are we mixing up without even realizing it?
Well, our sources actually threw in a few more to ponder. Cream pie or cream pie? Effect versus effect.
Classic.
There's a whole rabbit hole here, folks.
Huh.
But we'll save those for another deep dive. Until then, happy word nerding.